If you've been in a relationship for a long period of time, for years and years, maybe 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, whatever, and you know your relationship is failing, a fear that a man can have is that, like, I will be alone. And what other options do I have? Like, I haven't been dated for 20 years perhaps. What options are there? So then they start to look. Men are looking for another option. They want to keep their life going. They want to stay alive. Because I couldn't even imagine, like, being married for 20 years. 20 years ago you were dating, going out to clubs and that sort of stuff. And then now you're divorced. Your ex-wife goes and does whatever. And now you're at home going, well, what do I do? What's this Tinder? Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. My name is Stryker.
My name is Luba.
Now, I want to tell you this. Every single one of our clients who is married, engaged, or in a relationship has done this thing.
Guess what it is? It is a strategy call. And today we want to discuss a little bit why and in which circumstance guys are calling us, because some guys think that strategy call, or just call that we have, consultation call, it's a sales call, and we want today to completely take away you from that thinking and to explain why we decide to do a strategy call and why it is not a free sales call that you may get somewhere else.
So there's four. We put these down and we come to the conclusion that there's actually only four reasons really why guys call us. Now, not every single guy that calls us turns into a Heart Rocket member and ends up going on to using one of our services. It's for several different reasons. So we want to talk about those four. Maybe it's something you can relate to, but your journey every single client that's married in a relationship, their journey started from this point here. So let's get into them. So the first reason why guys are calling us, and we estimate this is about 1 in every 3. Right? 1 in every 3 guys that are calling us is that they're in a relationship or something is going wrong with a relationship and maybe they're sort of exiting out of a relationship. Do you agree?
Yes, but it means that guy in a relationship can be with the Ukrainian lady, with Eastern European woman, or even in the West. And so it's interesting for us, especially when the guy call from the Western relationship, Stryker has a lot to say to them. But yes, they have a relationship, but something is going on wrong. Either they feel something wrong, either some conflict happened, or they want to keep this relationship, or they don't. So they call us for getting advice on this matter, and we are open to that because I think that we have on every aspect of dating we have a very big expertise because we're working for so long and we have so many cases to not compare but to.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I always say that, and I say this to guys when they call us, when they say, what should I do with my girlfriend? Maybe they live in California, somewhere in the United States. And I'm honest and I say, look, I understand the mentality of Eastern European women very, very, very well. So the only advice that I can give to them is on a real primal level, because dating women from Eastern Europe can be applied to other countries which have this lower socioeconomics, right, where women really need a man to take care of them. So I can only apply that knowledge to them. Now, they could ring some sort of marriage counselor or something from the West, and they'll give them some other bullshit that's it's never going to save their relationship. All I can do is give them advice about how a relationship should be, how a man should be a man and a woman should be a woman in a relationship. Both are equally important, but both have completely different roles in that relationship. So that's what I can tell to the guy that calls, right? For him to portray that to a Western woman is virtually impossible, which is why those calls there, we can only put him on another path, right? We can say, you can be the man in the relationship. But it's not going to be well received, and she's not going to appreciate it because they don't need to appreciate that. They don't need that in the West. So, but that's one of the reasons why guys call us, because they're a little bit lost and they like our ideology, they like our approach to relationships, but they're trying to apply it to, say, a Western woman, and it's like a round peg in a square hole, they say. It doesn't actually go. But hey, call us anyway and we can tell you how it should be in a relationship.
Interesting thing about these calls for me is that we always positioned ourselves as a matchmakers. And recently we have a call with a guy. He said, guys, you are the best dating coaches I've used. I've used a lot. And I was like, a lot, dating coach, and I of course know what it is, but it was interesting how he made an example. He said, you giving the most practical advices you gave me the most practical advices, and I know why is that. We never actually called ourselves a coaches, but can we be a dating coaches? Definitely, because we're not talking from the books. Like, of course, Stryker reading a lot of like books for self-development for the guys. He recommend you books. I read these books after him, but like we are giving advices according to the practical like cases that we already had in the past. So that is why I think that people can rely on us on this matter. Reason number 2 that the guys are giving calls to us, and I actually put in a little bullet point, I said the guys who are lost. Stryker said I would say that they're confused. So what is happening? It's that guy been doing some kind of online dating. He was letter writing, he was chatting with somebody online, and he thought that everything is good, and he's chatting with this Natasha, with this Masha, whatever lady he'd been chatting with, and he thinks that, he thought that everything is fine. Something didn't felt right because they can't meet, she never agreed for that, so he felt something, but he didn't know. And then he ended up on our channel. And then like he's thinking now, wait a second, so everything that I've been doing before, it's like fake or it's not exist, so explain me, I don't understand. I would say that that these kind of calls are not majority of our calls, but once in a while it's happening, that the guy is calling us when he absolutely confused and he doesn't know, okay, if that was fake, what should I do? Help me, like what is next?
Yeah, just to clarify in case you're new to this channel, there is a industry in Eastern Europe which has been thriving for many, many years with getting guys to chat, and guys from the West, they think it's like Match.com or something, but it's not. It's just fake chat, pay per minute. It's all just rubbish. It's a waste of time and a waste of money. So we have told people, we've told that many times on our channel in the past. And Luba's right. To be honest, I would say not many guys who do calls, who become clients, have done chat, have done letter writing, have done scam chat, whatever it is.
What's happening?
But it does happen, but it's not a lot. So some guys are confused about that. Luba's right. Is it real? Is it not real? I've just found out that it might not be real. Maybe some intuition is like, I've spent all this money and she doesn't want to meet me or whatever. So we guide through that. And in our course, we have a Heart Rocket dating course for guys that are looking to go over to Eastern Europe to date. We have a section in there which it's all demonstrated. Luba's worked in this industry for a long time, well before Heart Rocket, and she knows how the intricacies of this industry works, and we explain this to the guys. After that, 99.5% of guys that call us about this stop it immediately because they understand that they're just going to waste more and more money. So yeah, they're confused, and then from that point there, they're confused as well. If that's not how you do it, how do you do it? What's real? And so we have to explain to them, like, it's very, very possible, but the thing is the shiny lights. You go to some website, there's another one that pops up, you click on that, click here and get free chat, click to this, you speak to her. This is all made to confuse you, right? So we have to bring them back down and go, okay, let's start from the scratch. We talk about how if all of our clients, but any guy that wants to do this, they have to get onto the actual ladder some way, and there's different rungs. Maybe it was through letter writing, maybe they met a woman at their work who was Ukrainian, maybe they met someone who was married to a Russian lady. They somehow get to this point where they can actually climb to the top and figure out how it actually works. So how you got there, it doesn't actually matter for us. We don't judge anything at all, but when the guy comes to us and he's confused, it's our job to untie that knot and go, okay, this is fake, this is real. You can make a decision. Do you want to take this route, or you want to go back to doing this one? Maybe it feels nice, it's comfortable, but it's all a lie. Do it the real way. So that is also another big part of the calls that we're doing. Okay, so number 3 kind of ties in a little bit with the last one, but it's guys that want to see if this is actually a real thing. So maybe they didn't get sucked into the letter writing side of things.
They usually don't. They're usually guys who just got divorced and they find our channel, or they've been like maybe following several and they choose to call us. And
and this one I actually relate to, because I never did any of this online writing. This just seemed like absolute garbage to me.
You wanted to see, yeah?
But I wanted to see if it was real. And even in probably one of my first ever videos, like years and years ago, I was like, I want to see if this is real. I think it is in the very first video. I want to go there and see if it is real and make a YouTube video about it. So that's how long I've been making YouTube videos.
He even grow his beard, you see.
Yeah, I didn't even have facial hair back then. That's how long ago it was. But I wanted to see if the reality of it was. There was no person I could call and tell me the truth. All there was companies that offered sales calls, right? And I had a few of them, and they all told me the same thing. Yeah, give us some money and come over here.
And what happened to you? You signed up with all of them.
I signed up with a bunch of them, and I did reviews on them. And well, I wouldn't say reviews, because I don't like calling them reviews, but I explained what it was like to go on them. And they were all just full of it, right? They were all full of it when it came to calling them. Is it a good thing? Yeah, you have a good time. We got blah, 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 blah. Millions of marriages. It was just garbage, right? So the guys that are calling to see if it is a real thing, they want to do it, but they don't want to jump head first in. They actually don't even really want to dip their toe in yet unless they find out that it is real. So they'll call us. I actually had an email this morning that I just replied to a couple of hours ago, and he was just saying, look, basically, one thing that he said in this, which I even emailed him back and said, I like the way that you put that. What he was saying, that he's not desperate for a woman. He does okay in life. He's not a millionaire, but he does okay. But he wants someone to ride shotgun with him. Do you know what this means? Mm-mm. It's like right in the passenger seat of the car, right? And I like that. And I thought that was the perfect way to explain
what you're looking for.
Yeah, what you're looking for, how you want to sort of go from this point on. And so that is the perfect example of someone going, I've heard about it. I want to know if it's real. I'm not sure I'm ready to commit, but can you please tell me the truth of it? And I think by now, the people that have followed us, they understand that we're not here to sell you our course or anything like that. We rarely ever even talk about any of our products. Yeah. We just give the information. If you are serious about it, then you would give us a call. And even on that call, we even say at the start of the call, it's not a sales call. You tell us what you want to learn in this call, and we will give you the information that you need. And it can be any one of these things here, and we talk about it. Some people do want to know about our services, and that's fine. But a lot of people want to know if this is real. I've seen all these people talking about it. They're green card scammers. They just want a green card. Or they're gold diggers. They're scammers. And it's like, you've got to imagine this. Eastern Europe has a lot of Eastern European women in there. Millions. I guess, I don't know, if you include all of them, maybe like 50, 60, 70, 80 million women there. They're not all scammers. They're not all gold diggers. There are women there that actually want to have a man in their life to take care of them, to protect for them, to provide for them, to create a family, right? So they want to see if that is real. Is that even possible? So that's what we talk about on those calls there.
And I would say that the fourth type of calls that we have is the guy who've been watching our channel for quite a lot. Some of the guys watching from the very beginning, and it always takes a different period of time until the person is actually watching the video, and then he decided to give us a call and sign up. But it's the person who already, he wants to sign up, he wants to see if he is he wants to have like a last confirmation for himself about us, and he wants to see if we actually can help him and if we can accept him as a client, because as you know, like before you can apply for any of our services, we have to have this call to see actually if we are good for each other, we have this connection between us. So it's the guy who already prepared. I would say that he already watched these videos. It is very good, and we highly recommend you to watch our videos before you're planning to do this dating stuff, because we're really trying to. I will be honest that we always thinking of the topics, and we try to do like the most updated ones. We try to give you advices from the point of view that what our clients or our couples are struggling with. So our advices are always very, very practical and applicable to the ones who are planning to date Western European woman.
Eastern European.
Not
Western European.
Eastern European. I don't know why I always make this mistake. So Guy already seen all of the videos, or majority of them. He is ready to date Eastern European woman. He's having some plans to travel to Europe to meet the lady, maybe within 3, 4, 5 months, and we are ready to start with him.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the interesting thing about that is that because we're so used to not having sales calls, because I don't believe, I mean, if we were doing them for free, of course, I mean, why else would we, like, if someone called us, why would we do a call if we weren't going to give them information? We were just going to sell them something, right? Which is what pretty much all of them do. But sometimes it's like when the guy is specifically calling us because he wants to sign up. He understands he has to book a call to sign up, to talk to us, for us to take him seriously, and for the process to start. But then sometimes it's like, I want to tell him stuff, and he's like, I saw this in this video. Yeah, I understand. I watched all your videos. And so it's like, okay, well, what else can we sort of tell? We don't need to convince him of anything. He understands what is real, what is realistic, and what is not. He's given up letter writing, or he doesn't want to do letter writing because he thinks it's rubbish. And so he actually just legitimately wants to just go, okay. And many of them, the thing that surprises me is like, I've been following you for like a year and a half, on YouTube. Never commented on anything. Never emailed us. Just books a call, pays the $100, comes up with a name, and it's like, okay, we read his bio. He comes and he's like, yeah, I followed you way back when you did like your first. And it's like, this is crazy. It's like you followed for so long, and it's like something in his mind triggered, and he went, I'm ready. I'm going to go and do it. And they do it, and it's like they're already ready to go. And it's like, yeah, you're great. Like, you know, what your views are, your expectations are real. Okay, yeah, we'd be great. It'd be awesome. We'd love to help you.
It's funny. He said, like, he started. I know who you're talking about. He said he started his whole like, guys, I already sold. Like, you don't have to sell me anything.
That's even a few times though.
Yeah.
People are like, you don't have to. We're not selling. We don't have to.
And like you don't have to sell. But you know, also we have a category of the guys that is interesting that start watching us, and now I think of like minimum 5. It came to my mind. The guys who start watching our videos when they were in the process of divorce. And
I just realised we got another one there. I'm gonna put it on the list. Keep going. Number 6. Was that number 5? Is it?
Yeah. No, it's number. No, it's still number 4 or 5.
Okay, well I got number 5.
So the guys who start watching us when they been actually in the process of divorce, and we had one time a call when the guy was still married, maybe like few, and he said like, I'm already not living with my wife, and I'm not like, we are divorcing, and like we can't of course take the client like that. We said like, okay, when the papers will be filed, like finished, let us know. But it's interesting that they start watching us like. Maybe they're not living together for 2 years, but the divorce is not filed yet, and so they're watching, and then when the time is right, like in a year or 2, they are giving us call.
Well,
and they become
I mean,
clients.
yeah, I think if your relationship is failing, that's kind of sort of ties in with my number 5. If your relationship is failing, like it's natural. If you've been in a relationship for a long period of time, for years and years, maybe 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, whatever, and you know your relationship is failing. A fear that a man can have is that like I will be alone, you know, and what other options do I have? Like I haven't been dated for 20 years perhaps, for instance. What options are there? So then they start to look at other options, and they go online and they see this. Is it real? And so yeah, they're mentally preparing. We've had a few actually of people that have just come out of relationships or that were finalizing right over the years. Like people like, you know, I saw this and you know my divorce is going to be finalized or. And so it's men are looking for another option. They want to keep their life going. They want to stay alive, you know. Because I couldn't even imagine like being married for 20 years. You know, you 20 years ago you were dating, you know, going out to clubs and that sort of stuff, and then now you're divorced. Your ex-wife goes and does whatever, and now you're at home going, well, what do I do? What's this Tinder? I need to find like a new social group. I need to like inject myself into other social circles and get.
They be worried about their like social
scary.
circle,
Well,
about like their neighbors, about their friends.
It's different. It's different for women though.
It's
very different for women. Even though she gets divorced at the age of 45, whatever. It's not the same as like a man getting divorced.
You think it's worse or better?
It depends on the guy. Actually, it depends on where the guy's position because.
And how divorce went. Like it's a lot of factors. It's not like.
Okay. Number 5.
What is number 5?
So number 5 is this one here, and I just thought about it then. And I can't believe this wasn't actually on the list because this is my reason.
Just
What's
curious
my reason?
I don't know.
Why did I not want to date Western women?
No, because you didn't want to date Western women.
Well, because I'd had such terrible experiences and I'd thrown in the towel. Right, against all other advice from my friends and family, you know, like you got to get out there, you know, go to the gym and meet women at the gym and all this stuff. It was like, but it doesn't matter where I meet the woman. I'm seeing the same woman all around me, around my friends on the internet, on Facebook, doing the same thing. Where it was, I didn't feel like I fitted into that culture, and so I guess it kind of ties into the other ones as well, where it's and it comes up. I don't know, 80% of our calls. The guy says. No, I don't fit well with Western women.
And when they want to check if it is a real thing, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's sort of with that one there. So it's guys that they feel that there's somewhere else in the world that they need to go in order to be appreciated for who they want to be in that relationship. They want to be chivalrous. They want to have this traditional relationship, however we define that. You guys may know the way that we define it. But the man is the man, the woman is the woman. You know, they're both completely different, but they're very equally important when it comes to a relationship. And so they're looking for that. And so, yeah, they're coming to us saying, is it possible that me as an individual man, is it possible that I could get there? And they're asking our views on that.
And there's, to be honest, I would say type number 6.
Okay.
That we didn't plan to discuss, but it just came to my mind, and at that moment I'm very proud of Stryker. I'm looking like, and I'm like, oh, I like when he speaks like that. But it's like when the younger guys are calling us, and it's interesting to see Stryker's interaction with them. Like, I don't know, sometimes I think that he feels much older than he actually is when he talks to them, but it's like when they are like young, like really guys, and they're like 22, 25. We have calls like one guy was 20 but super mature, like already has his business, and he's like, he doesn't know what to do, like it's his first, like he doesn't want to get married on the West, kind of. He thinks that he know already, and Stryker is really like coaching them and tell them what to do, and he talked like a, I would say, I want to say father, but like probably older brother.
Well, I've always said that aging is exponential. So I'm not that older than them like this. Like a guy who's 20.
They can't see your hand.
So a guy who's 20 and I'm, say, let's just say, for example, 45. Like we're quite close to each other on the exponential curve. It's only when I get up to like 60, 65 that I become old. Women on the other hand,
the guy, when you will be 60, 65, you would not think that you're old. You would be, woohoo.
Well, no, I understand the exponential curve, but I was going to say something about women and their exponential curve.
You better not.
But I think that we're done with this video here.